Hey, so if you are absolutely in love with the prose of chat, you may not like this video. I'm just going to say that straight up. Just because I'm going to talk about the novel and why it hasn't been shown yet and why I'm behind on it. So I started the novel with GPT. I was using, over here, I was using this version. And look at the cost. The cost is fantastic. I could probably do the entire book in about 35 cents for that 60K novel. However, this is a big however, I'm not in love with the prose. The prose, I have a hard time with. It's just not as good, in my opinion, as Sonnet. And I use Sonnet heavily, so that's kind of the trade-off. So you can either get really good prose, in my opinion, which is Sonnet, and pay more, or you can get prose that needs work and pay less. So if you are looking at cost savings, chat is fine. Chat will give you a fine first draft that you can then edit and rewrite and do what you need to do for it. If you want something that's more polished, ready to go, that you have to put less time into on the back end, then Sonnet. My general rule of thumb is that however long it takes to write the original book, so like my 30K and 90-minute videos, that's going to be, well, the last one was 30K in 2 hours. So then it would be 4 hours of editing off of that Sonnet text. With chat, I felt like I would be doubling that just because looking at this, there's so much here that I want to edit and so much here that I'm not totally satisfied with. And I don't just want to produce it and then be like, yay, look, it's done, because it's not done to my standards. It could be absolutely fine with edits. And if you love chat and you love the prose and you're like, wow, this is fantastic, that's what I was saying. This probably isn't going to be a video that you agree with. And that's okay. You know, if this is what you're happy with, all good. If the cost savings is for you worth it, that's absolutely fine. That's your call. I want you to use the AI as you see fit. For me, this isn't something that I'm really happy with. So this isn't something I'm going to continue with. That means that even though I did 11,000 words with chat in this novel, I'm just going to scrap the novel. You know, do I feel bad? Not really. I mean, I wasted a couple hours. But it's not a huge money waste. It's not a huge time waste. I would have rather just jumped right into chat, or just jumped right into Claude, sorry. But I wanted to see about using a different AI, and I wanted to save money because the last 30K was, $15 after edits. It was $13.30 just in prose. It was $15 after edits. The 60K novel using Sonnet is going to be probably close to 30 bucks. Just in prose. I figure, because we're going to have to go back and forth a little bit. Maybe 35 bucks with edits. Now, that's not terrible when you consider that it's going to shave off a couple hours, at least, of edits. But it's really about cost versus time. So if you are someone who's like, time is money, then maybe Sonnet is better for you. If you are someone who's like, I need to save as much money as possible, I don't mind spending hours and hours editing, that's okay. If you like having the AI kind of make you a very rough first draft, that you then polish into your own voice, and you just use this as a framework, great. Maybe chat is perfect for you. I'm not saying don't use chat. I'm just saying that chat is not what I want to use for this book. So that's what I wanted to let you know. I wanted to let you know, hey, first of all, this is why there hasn't been a novel up, because I really wanted to get that novel done. But the further I got into this book, I was like, oh, God, this book, it's going to be a lot of editing. And they're all a lot of editing, but they're not this level of editing. I will say that chat, I like using chat for shorter things. So like, I'm doing a couple books of flash fiction right now. Chat's fantastic for that because it's concise. It's like 200 to 500 words. Chat does fantastic with that. It's the longer things that have repetition, where you're seeing the exact same characters pop up, we're having the exact same conversations. That was getting old. And it was getting really hard to continue with, knowing that it was going to keep doing this. And even though I was saying, hey, let's not do that, it was giving something very similar and being like, oh, well, it's not repetition. It's just, it's a similar conversation. And then tried to justify it. And it's like, no, chat, we're not doing that, please. So, if you like chat, I'm not saying don't use it. I'm saying that it does not work for my purposes with this novel. I'm saying that I would rather spend more and have to edit less, because that means that I can work on another book. If this is your one book that you're focused on and you want to save money and you don't mind editing because it's going to be more framework than final prose, use chat. If you like what chat gives you, absolutely fine. I don't want to turn you off of chat. I just want you to know the alternatives and know that this is something that exists, and I'm going to be using Sonnet. So that was the update video. Don't hate me if you use chat. It's perfectly fine for some things. It's just not fine for what I need right now. But at the end of the day, it's still a very cheap, very easy model. So keep that in mind too. There's lots and lots of models out there. You are absolutely welcome to use any of them that you like. There's no harm in using it if you like it. So thank you so much for watching. There will be the new novel video this Friday. Absolutely promise. It's going to be with Sonnet. It's going to be a sci-fi, because that's what you all voted on. And that's where we're going. So it's going to be a sci-fi, probably no romance, or maybe just slight romance. But it's going to be heavy on the sci-fi. But it's still going to be a soft sci-fi, not a hard sci-fi, which we'll talk more about on Friday when you see the whole novel video. So thank you so much for being here. As always, I really appreciate you. And we'll talk soon.